Scientists want people to be interested in their research. Many people also want to know more about science and current scientific research. But there's a gap between these two sets of interests that sometimes has made it difficult to have a meaningful connection. For example, did you know that your political affiliation better predicts your climate change beliefs than your scientific knowledge does? As much as we like to think that we all take in information, think about it, and then decide what to believe, human minds just don't work that way. That goes for scientists too. Instead, we are all more likely to find evidence that supports what we want to believe the things that the people around us believe, and to have difficulty focusing on things we aren't already interested in. This gets us to our main topic. For a long time, university faculty engaged with the public about science by focusing on communicating scientific facts to improve understanding of science. Now, increasingly, it's recognized that this deficit model isn't the right approach. People aren't just empty jars that you can fill up with scientific knowledge using whatever means you like. Instead, we all have our own interests, background knowledge, and the things that we care about. We also all have a history and are part of a particular community. And these backgrounds can influence how much we feel like science and medicine too are endeavors that we can participate in, and whether these fields are even designed with our best interests in mind. Public engagement with science is a new approach that addresses complex issues related to all of this. These issues can include distrust of science and medicine, political polarization, identities and worldviews, all approached with the understanding that scientific facts and methods don't exist within a vacuum, but rather within a society, against a backdrop of specific political and social influences. I direct the University of Cincinnati Center for Public Engagement with Science. We are a group of professors and students at the University of Cincinnati that works with community partners in Greater Cincinnati, including the Mercantile Library, the Cincinnati Museum Center, the Cincinnati Nature Center, and many others, to help the University of Cincinnati more fully participate in effective public engagement with science. Our vision statement is expanding and enriching the interface between science and the public to the benefit of all stakeholders. This hints at our way of approaching this complicated project of public engagement with science. First, our approach is participant-centered. Public engagement with science can't simply involve explaining scientific findings to the public. Everyone would get bored. Instead, effective public engagement requires two-way exchanges that should be shaped more by the participants' interests than by the researchers' interests. What are the puzzles that people want to figure out? The burning questions they have about how the world works? That's where engagement with science should start. Second, our approach is interdisciplinary. Effective public engagement with science requires not only expertise in scientific content, but also building skills in effective communication, bridging of social divides and cultivation of trust, inspiring interest during brief encounters, and fostering multiple perspectives on science and its roles in society. Doing this well requires collaboration among people with expertise in science, education and communication, history and philosophy, and more. These collaborators might be professors and students in other parts of the university, such as the philosophy department that I'm part of, the psychology department, the School of Education, and others. Philosophy of science in particular contributes to public engagement with science by attending to science's methods and its roles within society, and also with a philosophical approach of posing open-ended questions to guide exploration. Third, and finally, our approach is truly collaborative. This ambitious interdisciplinary vision of public engagement with science requires significant collaboration, not just among the academic researchers, like the types I've mentioned so far, but also with community partners, like experts at museums and zoos, classroom teachers, after-school care providers, and more. A wide range of stakeholders have an interest in effective public engagement with science, and it is essential to value the expertise, perspectives, and goals of each of them. Also, to be effective, public engagement with science must meet people where they are, sparking interest in new ideas, cultivating a new sense of awe about facts that people may have learned back in high school, and addressing head-on difficult questions like why we should trust science, and perhaps some limitations to the ways in which we should trust science. So that is the gist of what we're up to here at the University of Cincinnati Center for Public Engagement with Science. Whether you are a researcher or a teacher, someone engaged in science outreach, or someone who's fascinated by science, we'd love to hear from you. Check out our website, follow us on Facebook or Twitter, and join us for one of our upcoming events. Thanks.